Hello, I am Silent on a Dark, and I have my first, my first ever deck list video. And this is for Speedroid, since the new support came out, and I just love that deck. So let's waste no time and dive immediately in. For the one-card combos, you have 3 copies. Sorry, I have to hold my camera. 3 copies of Speedroid Darumanoka. This is probably the best one-card starter in the deck, and also an extender because it's what you would call a Mathmech Circular. Its effect is, if this card is in your hand, you can send any Speedroid card from your deck to the grave, except itself, to summon it, and then you cannot summon for the rest of the turn except wind monsters. That's not really detrimental though, because all Speedroids are wind monsters. And then if it's sent from field to grave, you can add one Speedroid spell trap from your deck to your hand. Then, if you control a Clearwing monster, you can destroy one monster on the field. Does not have to be your opponent's, it can be your own. Don't know why you would destroy your own, but you can. Then, onto the rest of the... Oh, sorry about my finger, I'm just putting my hand in a better way to hold the camera. Onto the rest of the one-card combos, you have 3 copies of Speedroid Terratop. This card has the effect, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if it's normal or special summoned, add one Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand except itself. Both effects are a hard once per turn. Next, we have 3 copies of Speedroid Marble Machine. It's the same as Terratop, except it's only on normal summon. And then it also locks you into wind monsters. But remember, since this is a pendulum, as indicated right there, it will go to the extra deck instead of the graveyard. Keep this in mind. Then we have 3 copies of Speedroid Ultra Hound, who on normal summon, sends a Speedroid from the deck to the grave, and then during the main phase, except the turn it was sent to grave, you can banish it from your grave, then target one Speedroid monster in your grave, shuffle it into your deck, then summon a Speedroid Synchro monster from the extra deck with the same level but a different name, and negate its effects. Could be useful. I personally have never seen a use for Ultra Hound's second effect, mostly only the first one. Then for the last of the one-card combos, technically speaking, we have Speedroid Scratch. This lets you discard a Speedroid card, send a Speedroid card from your hand to the grave, then add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand. It's a once per turn effect. Now on to the rest of the deck. We have 3 copies of Speedroid Terratop. This card, if you control a wind monster, lets you summon it from the hand for free, but you can only special summon Speedroid Takatomborgs once per turn. And then it contributes itself to summon any Speedroid from deck. This is a very good extender for the deck. For the 2-offs, we have 2 copies of Speedroid Colonel Clackers. I have not personally seen a need to play free. A lot of Speedroid decks will play free, but mine does not. Its effects are, if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 copy of itself as a tuner from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Don't know how it's going to get to the graveyard without stuff like Foolish Burial. I suppose you could send it with some of the other Speedroids, but that's besides the point. During damage calculation, if your Clearwing monster battles and it's face up in your extra deck, you can banish it, and that monster gains 700 attack. Both effects are once per turn. And then its Pendulum Scale effect is you can banish 1 Speedroid card from your grave, place another Speedroid Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum Zone, and again, you are wind-locked. But I hear you asking, what is the card you will be adding onto the field? Is it the Marble Machine? No. It's 1 copy of Speedroid Wing Synchron. Yes, it's all Synchron. You can play it in Synchron. I would not recommend playing it in Synchron. And you don't really care about the first effect. You can send a Speedroid spell trap like Clearwing Wonder, but I don't really need the monster effect. It's only the pendulum effect you care about, which is you can destroy it and 1 level 2 wind a pendulum card in your pendulum zone. aka the Colonel Clackers, to special summon a Clearwing Synchro Dragon from your extra deck, which is treated as a Synchro Summon, and then it Windlocks you. But also prevents your Pendulum Scales from being destroyed by card effects for the rest of the turn, which is pretty good, actually. So use Clackers will scale Wing Synchron, and Wing Synchron will pop the Clackers to make Clackers trigger to summon the other Clackers. Sorry, I'm a bit thrown off by my own camera. For the rest of the one-offs, one copy of Denden Daiku Duke, one copy of Speedroid Double Yo-Yo, one copy of Speedroid Tri-Eyed Dice, one copy of Speedroid Car Turbo, which is not a Garnet. If you draw it, that's actually pretty decent. Then for the one of Spell Traps, you have one copy of Speedroid Wheel. Why did I? Oh, yeah, I was saying Synchron because Wing Synchron. My bad. And then for the one of Traps, we have the aforementioned Speedroid Clear Wing Wonder, which you rarely use the first effect. It's the second effect you use, which banishes a Wind Synchro monster you control, and then returns it to the field. Which sounds useless, but there's a lot of ways this could be used. If your opponent uses a card effect that targets, for example, Imperm, they can no longer Imperm it even after it's returned to the field because the original target was technically lost. It's a bit weird, I know. Then the last Speedroid card in the main deck is Duplicate, which can target a level 2 or higher Speedroid you control, reduce its level by 1, then summon itself as a normal monster, level 1 Wind Tuner, attack 0, defense 0. It's also a machine. And that is all the Speedroid cards in the main deck. On to the non-engine. Sorry, I'm just neating it and organizing the piles. God, I can't talk today. For the non-engine, 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. It's pretty standard. 3 copies of Molchami Full Loss. It's a wind. Don't know why you'd ever need to summon it, but you can, I guess. 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird. 1 Caught by the Grave. 1 Triple Tactics Talent. And double Imperm. On to the extra deck. For the extra deck, we have 1 High Speedroid Cork Shooter, 1 Martial Metal Marcher, 1 High Speedroid Puzzle, 1 High Speedroid Hagoita. I always fail to pronounce this card's name. 2 High Speedroid Glider 2s, 2 Clearwing Synchro Dragons. Yes, I am playing with both artworks. Don't at me. Next, 1 copy of Clearwing Fast Dragon. It's just a very fun card, okay? Swoop. 1 copy of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. It's a Speedroid deck. Of course we're playing the best card. 1 copy of Crystal Clearwing Over Synchro Dragon. 1 copy of the Bike, which is a machine and technically a dragon. 2 copies of Crystal Clearwing Over Synchro Dragon. Wait, Crystal Clearwing Over Synchro Dragon. And now, if you look at the card text, you'll see there's no hard once per turn. Meaning, with the aforementioned... If I could just find it, bear with me a moment, guys. With the aforementioned Clearwing Wonder, you can use one of the negates, then immediately return it to the field for yet another negate. I suppose that's why you want all the cards to send more Speedroids, like cards, so that you can return those guys from the Banish Zone back. God, I am stuttering like mad. Regardless, the last card in extra, is 1 copy of High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. And that is my deck.